All right, man, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video, and today we're getting into the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson's assassination, if you will. From what I picked up, the company knew that there were threats and they took certain precautions, but somehow, some way, he still was able to be assassinated right outside their convention. There's some reports saying that the assassin waited overnight. Some saying he was there for a couple hours or so. But that's nor here nor there. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let's check it out.
Day 2 of the CEO killer manhunt has ended without an arrest. Investigators released pictures showing the face of the man they believe killed Brian Thompson outside a Midtown hotel. The shooter had been in New York City for approximately 10 days before killing Thompson. He boarded a Greyhound bus in Atlanta the day before Thanksgiving. He used a fake New Jersey ID on November 30th to book a room at a hostel on the Upper West Side where he stayed before the murder. Investigators are examining the possibility of a cell phone left near.
How do they know all this so quickly? Like, from what I saw, the way that they said it, like, he did it in a way like he not gonna get caught. Like, that shit was a lie. They got where you stayed at, where you came from. Now that they done tracked you back to Atlanta, it's only a matter of time before they find either where you came from in Atlanta or where you know what I'm saying? Like, but my whole thing is, why? Why would you kill the CEO of the company thinking that that's going to change something?
The scene of the shooting did belong to
unless
the gunman.
It was personal, like,
according to someone with knowledge of the investigation, they don't think this is a burner phone and they think this was his phone, but they can't get access to it. A senior law enforcement official described him as extremely camera savvy. I don't know what that means. I think they're just saying that because he wears a hoodie and avoids cameras and has a mask on, but he's not camera savvy if they already have a picture of his face and they truly think that's him. It's also been confirmed that he did use a silencer in the shooting, which is obvious, but I guess I had to confirm it. Here's a new video of him leaving the subway station around 30 minutes before the shooting. What I noticed is he has a gray book bag, but in the picture they released, he has a black book bag on. So I'm a little confused. Now remember the words on the shell casings, denied, defend, depose? Clearly this killer is mad about the insurance side of everything. They're similar to the phrase delay, deny, defend, the same way some attorneys describe how insurers deny services and payment, and the title of a 2010 book that was highly critical of the industry. And here's the book, Why Insurance Companies Don't Pay Claims and What You Can Do About It. Long story short, Allstate spearheaded the change from viewing claims as fair, equitable process into a profit-making process. Less payouts to injured policyholders means more profit and bigger bonuses for insurance executives. And obviously we've been seeing the people saying, I would be happy to...
Still though, why would... So somebody trying to make more profits in their company, which obviously the way that they get it anyways is that people pay for insurance. But what does that have to do with the United Healthcare? And that says something about Allstate.
Help look for the shooter, but vision isn't covered under my healthcare plan. Faults in prior authorizations. Some people are thrilled about this situation.
Is that jamming and why a gun might have jammed 3 times and needed to be hit like that? And number 2, I thought it was a silencer, and you've disabused me of that. What is the difference of a silencer and a suppressor? And would that have meant none of us could hear all this?
Well, I see.
A silencer is just the civilian word for suppressor. Technically, it's a suppressor because it changes the sound. It doesn't make it silent. If you're using subsonic ammo, which is ammo that has a velocity of less than 1,100 feet per second, because you want it to be very quiet, it sometimes is underpowered. And so the slide will come back a little bit, but not far enough to eject that casing and not far enough to load the next round. It'll go back partly, and because now you just have a spent casing in there, you would manually have to throw that spent casing out in order to get the next one in. And I also agree with Scott on the distance issue. That's a lot of distance unnecessarily placed between himself and the subject.
When he's popping out the ejected casings, they're still scattered on the sidewalk, and 3 live rounds. Can you explain that and how that could be really beneficial to the investigators?
Well, the gun can leave marks on the casings, and then those can help track that to the gun.
Yeah, see if there's any Nibin hits. If it's been used previously with a different crime, the shell casings could have a Nibin hit, but I doubt that, dude. This shit was calculated. That's a brand new gun he bought from someone or something, dude.
Marks on the casings, and the firing pin also leaves a mark on the primer, which is also unique to each gun. So those things could be used to help trace the gun.
Just looking at these pictures though, why did he pull the mask down? This side by side with this. Look at these pictures, right? And then you go to this one. Is that the same person? It's definitely not the same book
doesn't
bag.
even look like the
Flickering
same
back and
jacket.
forth here. I'm not 100% sure that that's the same person in the same jacket or anything. Because he has a black strap up here on his shoulder and then a gray strap right here. So he must have switched book bags. So here's the map of the whole incident. Gunman fires on Brian right here on the red dot bottom. He flees up 6th Avenue this way. He cuts down this alleyway right here before jumping on a bike and escaping. Then he goes up into Central Park and fucking never seen again.
Pieces to the puzzle, they are still coming together. So we're on the right path, and we believe we're going to apprehend this person.
Isn't this dude right here getting federally indicted? I'm not listening to you. You getting indicted. What? We done recorded a video on him, man. Go check it out.
CNN the shooter
Buddy's
stayed in
under
a room
federal
with 2 other
indictment.
men.
We ain't worried about
Investigators
you.
continuing to ask the public for help and offering a reward for information of up to $10,000. And they continue tracing the movements of the gunman before and after the targeted killing.
What we do know is an extremely well-organized, highly planned, sophisticated attack from everything we've seen so far.
On the day of the shooting, surveillance video appears to show the suspected gunman exiting the 57th Street subway around 6:15 a.m. Minutes later, pictures show him at a Starbucks, where sources tell CNN he bought a water and 2 power bars, just 2.
Bro wanted a quick breakfast.
But what did
like
he?
Jesus.
But what did
Why
he
would
pay with?
do that? Like, this is a big
Cash
plan,
or card?
clearly.
Well,
using a
it had to
fake
be
ID
cash
and
if they don't
everything to
know.
stay at a hotel or hostel for 10 days. And then you go into Starbucks minutes before.
Then, at 6:29 a.m., surveillance video from a nearby garage shows the suspected shooter walking down the
Who the fuck is he on the phone with? Huh? I didn't know there was
Oh,
footage of him on the
shit.
phone. Bro was talking to someone. This is a big plan, dude. Someone's paying him to do this.
The gunman then makes a quick getaway, and this new video appears to show a person dressed in a similar way just 10 minutes later on an e-bike 25 blocks north.
He already ditched the gray book bag at this point.
But see, look, this is the thing that's like make me suspect a couple things. One, there could be multiple people dressed exactly like him to throw them off. Meaning that it's a bigger conspiracy, because was the bike planted there or did he steal somebody's bike? Like, what's what?
Of where the murder happened. Investigators also found a phone and a water bottle near the scene of the shooting. A law enforcement official tells CNN a fingerprint was also lifted from the bottle, but it was smudged. Also still unknown, the motive.
Unknown, the motive, yeah. But the shell casings say otherwise. The motive is clear. So next is a guy that stayed in the same hostel, but I don't know if he ever like talked to him or saw the guy or anything. I don't know.
What a bizarre situation you find yourself in. I know you're visiting from Brazil. You've been staying in the hostel. You've met some people there. Can we just start with some of the photos you took on the 4th floor of the hostel where you were staying, where where police say he was staying? Can you tell us anything about that? What it's like in there? What those halls look like?
All right, so the hostel is actually really crowded. There are a lot of people there, so they divide like rooms to, I think, 4 to 10 people. But in the
4 to
hallway,
10 people in one room.
Yeah, 4 to 10 or 12, 4 to 12, yeah. So the hallway is just simple. It's just the doors that go to the.
What type of fucking question is that? It's just a
Yeah.
dumbass question. What are the hallways like?
Because they got a
It's
video
hostel,
playing at
bro.
the same
I thought this was
time
gonna
they
be
wanted
more
to explain it.
informative.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've been staying there for about a week.
Yeah.
And you're talking about these rooms that you got 4 to 12 people in a room.
Yeah.
So from what you're saying, he would have
But
had other people in the room.
look, shit like this is like he'll come to America and he'll be like, hell nah, I'd rather deal with Brazil. Like, I'm sleeping next to somebody who planning to kill somebody and don't even know. Like, he could have killed all of us that morning, left, went, killed this man, then got up out of there, and y'all couldn't find him? I'm going back to Brazil.
How hard
bro.
would it have been to, as you see it, to even do something like to have a gun in there or something like that?
I mean, it would be that hard. Like if you put on like his luggage or something.
These are fucking stupid questions. All right, I'm out. Put the fucking gun in the bag and you go in the goddamn hostel. Jesus Christ. It's not security clearance at a hostel, lady.
Now, the New York Times
No,
reached
for
out to
sure.
the author of that book, J.M. Feynman. He's a professor emeritus at Rutgers Law School. Our understanding is he declined to comment.
Decline to comment. Bro's like, I ain't getting a part of this. Seems like you're a part of it,
I
brother. Your
wouldn't
book
either.
turned into a manifesto. I'm just kidding. It's not his fault, but
A, oh my gosh, does this give us a motive into what's happening here? Versus B, could this be throwing investigators off?
That's what I think.
That's what you think.
Again, there's so many different avenues to look at this case, and so many theories that we can dive into here. I personally think that is there to throw somebody off. I think that someone at the end of the day, it will, what we've said from the beginning.
Oh, in his personal life, they put that on the shell casings, and they're just trying to stir up shit. They called the hit in, bro. This could be so many things. It's an endless amount of theories with this case.
Someone is using this guy to do this. They coached him. They told him how to do this. Who knows? I may be wrong, and this guy planned all this out alone. If this is truly a targeted hit, he knew this guy's pattern and routine, or knew that.
How? Someone had to have known what his routine was, or he studied him and had some inside information, right? How did he know he was leaving? I think Thompson was staying in a different hotel and was headed towards the Hilton. How did he know he was going at that point?
Well, I think we discussed there was some type of event he was going to that hotel.
Yeah, he was going to an investors conference.
So an investors conference, you know how these conferences go. There's usually an agenda sheet.
Sure.
A lot of websites even post, hey, our keynote speakers are this, that, and the other.
How did he know he was going to be crossing that street?
Correct. Because the first time you watch it through,
the thing about it is that they're trying to overcomplicate it. Look, he has to be there at a certain time. And especially if they're saying that he camped out there, or he was, well, actually, from the video, it said around 6:50. So, which is very, very early in the morning before the conference even starts. The conference probably starts 8:30, 9 o'clock. He's sitting out there camping for him. He knows what he looks like. Now, I still think that somebody set this up because his bag is gray right here. And the other picture, it was black. Like, I don't know.
This looks like an amateur, someone who thinks that on a semi-automatic handgun, I have to rack it every time. Right? Obviously, you do. You put your magazine in initially. You rack that first round in the chamber. Right. After that, I pull the trigger, and it automatically does its job. It's a machine. So when I watched it, I thought, well, this guy, there's no way everyone's talking about this as a hit. This looks like an amateur. He keeps racking the slide every single time. Because before it got released that the words were on the bullets or on the shell casings, my first thought, because of this guy's background working in government healthcare, I thought, is this possible that this guy worked for the VA or had a high ranking, and this is some type of upset, former military guy that is upset with the services from the VA. But when we see the book and that title and how it ties to healthcare, that kind of puts that out the window.
This is an urban environment. There are cameras everywhere. There are people
everywhere. But I'm not
everywhere.
gonna cap. I haven't never had a claim or
morning,
insurance that didn't
do it there.
pay.
You have to imagine there's a strong likelihood that you would be captured. And it's a really brazen attack in the open. Is this just an attack of opportunity? I know where he's going to be. This is the only time he'll be by himself. Don't you find it strange that of all places to kill Brian Thompson, it's at that moment on that street?
Fucking ballsy. Dude's got balls of steel. Or he just wants to get caught.
But with this photo now being released and circulated, the U.S. Marshals are on this, I guarantee it, with NYPD's Marshals Task Force.
Yeah, he might be cooked if he's in the United States, boys. I don't see this man hunt last thing.
About
he's
how
cooked
big
if
it
he's
was
in the
going to be.
United
This
States
made
with his face like this everywhere.
news.
This guy's in fucking Canada, if he's smart. Let's be honest here. He's not in America anymore.
But Canada is not a good place to go either, because they're going to extradite you, especially on a murder. They're going to extradite you as soon as they get a name and they figure out where you are. They're going to extradite you. Now, obviously, they're not going to just release everything, a name, a date of birth, and where he's from if they're trying to catch up to him, because they have the fake name. And they know the name is fake. So why would
gets caught in America, he's a fucking moron. He has to be in Canada, bro.
Nah, Mexico,
or somewhere out of this country.
Else.
Clearly, he's trying to send a message, and the masses are seeing it right now. Just exposing how terrible the healthcare industry is. Took a CEO being assassinated for everyone to talk about it. All right, I'll keep covering this if anything else happens.
Yeah, this is one of the ones where this shit is crazy. It's gonna get deep, but I definitely don't think there's any way that he possibly could have done this on his own. They were smart at least, and they took the initiative to put him on the Greyhound instead of a plane. But then how do you... I've never taken a Greyhound, so I don't know if you have to use your ID or whatever. Like, did he use fake identification to get on the Greyhound? It's so many questions that you could possibly have for this case. But it's going to be one of those things that are very interesting, and people are going to follow very closely to figure out what happened. Even if, you know what I'm saying, they start looking at the wife like, did you get him killed for whatever reason, where y'all having problems? Like, it's so many different things that they could do or could have been done to get this man killed. But at the end, the only thing that matters is the truth. This is crazy. You feel me? But that's no here nor there. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Get in the comment section. Tell me how you felt about this video. It's your boy Key checking in, checking out. We gone.